on people who are the starters, they're the entrepreneurs, and but they don't have money of their own. So they go to the lenders of whatever kind, whether they are banks or you people or some other people, and before they are granted loan, right? They are asked to submit the project report and project report of the business they will do, project report of the product they will make, the market share, the selling price, and things of this type, right? Now a starter who's absolutely raw and maybe he does not have access to all the experts who can guide him on these aspects of making the budgeted project report on the product he is likely or she is likely to make. Now, if this kind of report is submitted to the various agencies or one, whatever, now how much and how can such project reports be, trusted, or how you people evaluate these projections, because they are all projections and estimates. He or she has not done anything so far in the market. Now, this is what is my point. Now, how you people help them on the basis of the projections they have made? Do you trust them, or you have some other criteria of?
So, ma'am, there are two types of money that you can get to run your business. Right? One is debt, the other is equity.
Yeah.
So if you go with a project report, you're starting out a company, you go to a bank, you are asking for a debt. The bank will not give you equity money. Right? So
A bank will not give you equity money, definitely not.
They will give you a loan.
Loan,
right?
yeah.
And they'll definitely not give you a loan with the starting loan. They need three years balance sheet and a profitable business to give you a loan.
No, but if you're talking about the startups, a new person who's coming in the.
They have to raise equity.
No, how can a new person raise equity?
So all of us have raised
Suppose I am an individual entrepreneur, right? How will I, on what basis will I go to the people to, I have no share?
How? You have to make a structure. You have to,
I am a commerce person and researcher, and I have done a lot of work on these issues. A new person, I'm a new person. How I can't have a shareholding anywhere. I mean, I don't have shares. How will you start your
shares?
shares?
That's what I'm saying. What you have to do is that you have to start a company. You have to register yourself as a company, and that company will have shares, right?
I'm still not talking about these companies, private company or the public company or I'm talking about a very small new person, MSMEs.
I think
as
what she's trying to say is about the proprietors or those partnership firms. So I think
not even partnership firm, because partnership firm is also.
So I would say that market still on that front where you say a proprietorship firm and a company both are structures that are not, like, proprietorship firm is not regulated on very several aspects that a private limited is. That's why people.
Yes, I'm sorry to say, I'm not even talking about proprietorship. I'm talking about the individual. As an individual, I am not registering myself as a proprietor so far. I am just.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
Okay, probably the question is not that technical, rather than it's a fundamental question what she is trying to ask, if I am understanding correctly. Probably you are trying to find out if you are a new entrepreneur, you have an idea, you need money to run your company, and you do not have enough money to do that.
Yeah.
You are going to a VC. Now, why the VC should pay you? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Why the VC should pay you? It's your company.
They are ready to pay when they ask you to submit the project report.
Right, it's kind of.
That is the base criteria. That is the basic criteria.
How do you evaluate project report?
And
How do you evaluate that project report?
and
Whether these will be actual charges or not, or the
And project report is not genuine. I mean,
Well,
maybe genuine, but I don't know कि 10 दिन के 10-6 महीने के बाद मेरा प्रोडक्ट क्या करेगा, क्या मार्केट शेयर होगा उसका, you know.
what happened actually
But
is this.
still these parameters are asked in the project report, which I have seen. I have done a research and profitability also of various companies. So
That
these things require lot of understanding, not what you are talking about apparently, but they are basics which go into the mind of the person who is starting, who's a starter. आपने भी शुरू करा है सब कुछ. We all are starters somewhere or the other, whether in business or elsewhere, whatever it is. And we need support of the other supporting person for us, for our projects. Now who is the other supporting person? If I'm a business person, and if I need money, maybe the banks, maybe my company, or maybe some other lender, individual lender, or whosoever it is. Now every person who's giving money to you, why should he or she give you money? Why? So some set parameters are there. If government also has set parameters. Banks also have set parameters. Any individual who is a lender, or anybody else who's an entity who's a lender in a private capacity, they all set some kind of parameters to judge the profitability of the project the person is likely to make in the venture. Now this is a very, very dicey situation for from the lender.
I understand the question. So there are parameters from all parties, right? So banks to early stage VC investors, all of them have parameters. It is just that the parameters are different because the level of information available is very different depending on how young the business you are. If you are a single person who has has just an idea and a project report, then the ability or the data points available is just that, right? Who is this person? What is the background of this person? And what is the idea that they have? Fortunately, there are companies and investors today who are ready to make those dicey bets, like you call them dicey, are happy to make those dicey bets just on this limited information. They understand that of the 100 investments they make, 90 investments will fail. Right? And but they're happy to do that. That is the nature of their business. Fortunately for all of us, at least for of us and many of us in the room, such capital is available in the country, and some people and lots of individuals have got such capital and are being able to build their business and fulfill those, not the full project report, but at least some part of the project report.
That is the main point. As you said, businesses fail. They fail because of this fake. I should not say fake, but estimated reports, which they could not visualize. It is not possible to visualize your standing in future. And that is where
We do not know how the projections will be.
So now, if I just go very specific to you people, like how do you do it? How do you manage this situation when you already know that the project reports or which you are asking may not be up to the reality. Up to the reality.
Can I take that question? Can I try to take that
Yeah.
question? So I think as you may have been following, right? I think building a new company in a new market, perhaps a new product, has a large degree of risk involved.
Yeah.
And maybe the failure rate in startups is upwards of 90%. So 9 out of 10 will fail.
They will fail.
Will fail. Have failed, will continue to fail perhaps. But the thing is, let's say if I'm an investor, and if you come to me with an idea, and your good question, if I've understood, is that how will I judge that idea? Is it like parameterized? Is it predictable? Is your projection fair? It is up to me, because I'm giving you money in lieu of a share in your company if you have a company. If you don't have a company, it could be idea stage funding, then I will encourage you to build a company because professional investors will invest in professional structures. So they may not give you money as an individual, they will give you money that, okay ma'am, can you make a company, I like what you're doing, I like your track record. So your track record becomes important. Like I think he mentioned that he had 8 years of experience before he founded his previous venture. So I will judge you as an investor on your track record, on the business that you're trying to build, and I will do my own calculation, which may not necessarily be a function of the 5-year investment model, because perhaps early stage investors don't care about it anyway, because they know 6 months later that model will change. Basis some predictability in my head, which I can derive from your experience, your broad idea, my understanding of that idea, of the market size, and perhaps acceptability, I am willing to take a risk. It is a risky investment business. And if my risk is successful, I make super normal returns on my risk. So I may make 8% on a bank FD, but I may make 8,000% on you. So I can afford to let 9 out of my 10 bets lose, because if my 10 bets win, I still become rich. So that is the basic concept.
So that is the reason, like a person who's got a killing instinct to do something, like, right? But projections may not.
Track record, market.
So you have really supported, like, track record is probably the.
Yes, it is.
And also, 99% of the companies, even listed companies, their projections fail.
Yeah.
So just by chance, why do we ask people to make projections then?
To see where the company is headed. Just to give a direction and to kind of see where the company is headed.
I think it's actually to get to understand at an early stage, to understand what the founder believes the company can get. How does he?
And the founder is looking at the company to grow.
No one believes in predictions.
So the story आपको बनानी
And
पड़ेगी.
perhaps, I think it's
At
also
least
fundamental.
you must know the various heads. Like I will say, in Startup India Speedbird scheme, I was trying to apply. So there were 5 heads: manufacturing and testing, and some other miscellaneous and whatnot. So the perspective of investor is whether he is prepared or not. He must at least know what are the different components or the departments where you need to spend. The head sections at least you must know. The numbers may change by the time.
You take biodata to get married, but the product might or might not deliver. So it's just the thing.
And the investor wants to look how big you think. The investor wants to look how big you think, where you can take their investment.
What's the founder's idea about this company?
You have got good IITs who have got IIT certificate and they are doing nothing. So that is just a piece of paper that, okay, this is my plan. It might or might not deliver. Like it goes back to basic class 11 commerce. Business involves risk and the reward of this is profit. So reward is profit. If you don't get the reward, you get.
But sometimes it becomes very taxing and
Sometimes you die.
expensive for the new person.
Sometimes you die.
Wait.
Business will die. Everything will go. Nothing will forever.
I think there are a couple of crowdfunding happening. Crowd